100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class. Look at them. Look at them. How to make it in America? Real day one, ain't a lot of us. Mom worked 2 jobs, it was hard for us. Me and sis made it out, now she proud of us. They didn't teach me how to rap in those private schools. Wasn't like my rich friends, had a lot to lose. Less money, less options, lot of rules. So when that first deal came, it was opportune. And shorty got potential, I scout that.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2 teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Red, up, 180, lock in.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Let's go. We're on the ball after this. Come on, gotta go. Hey, 18. Lock in. Jump.
On second down, here's Trubisky. Now he'll escape to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Lock in.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down. To Mixon on the check down. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage.
And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Mitchell Trubisky, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him, they have to feel great about themselves. Stick it in the end zone on a running play.
Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete. It's Gordon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Call it a gain of 3. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
That's a lot of beef thundering downfield off of the toss play, and it takes me back to when I was a kid and watching USC play. Remember the old toss that they ran? They used to call it student body right or student body left because everyone was out in front of the ball carrier. In fact, one of their favorite plays, it was called rose stem right or rose stem left, depending on the formation. 28 toss. And 28 toss was their bread and butter.
Lock in, lock in. Lock in, lock in.
On 1st down, Trubisky escaping the pressure right. And right side, Henry's got it. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Lock in, lock in. Red, up. Lock in. Red, up.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Trubisky now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10.
Gotta go.
And the pitch goes to Mixon. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now it's Trubisky. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Hunter Henry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Santos with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Lions. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Second and 6, just inside the 30. And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They run a draw here on second down. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 3rd and 10 here to start things out. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Watch it now, Barney. Gone.
Back to throw here. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Lock in. Lock in. Gotta go.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Got an open man, it's Ratley. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Lock in.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
This complete to Henry over the middle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Let's go. Ran, up.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
For those who watch the game and want to question the courage of the guys who play on the corner, how about when you see a toss sweep coming your way, yet you still go into the backfield, get past the blockers, and make the tackle? That's big league.
Lock in. 18. Lock in.
On second down, Trubisky. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Shaq Lawson in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Watch it now, Barney. Set. 319. 319.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
On second down, Collins, so quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Reuben Foster in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run.
Lock in, lock in. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to... That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Check girls.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this.
Lock in, lock in.
A handoff to Mixon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Ran, tough. Hey, 18.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Geno Atkins in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. The Steelers on third down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
4 down. Move.
Here's Trubisky. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. DeAndre Hopkins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So here come the Lions now. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The Lions on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7.
Watch it now, Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Over! Here's a first down run with Collins. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. Pushing his way through, and it'll end there as he goes out of bounds, but a heck of a return all the way inside the opposite 40.
Leopard! Watch it now, Barney!
And on the ground they go with a running back. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Leopard! Over! All right, now, lucky 56.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was looking for Gronk that time, and it's 3rd down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Detroit! Over!
Looking to throw. Drops it underneath for Collins. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Blue. Lock in.
And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Lock in. Here we go. Blue. 18. Hey, 18. Gotta go. Motion, I got one.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And just shutting him off there. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. They'll look to throw here, and he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first, and it's 3rd down now. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Over! All right, now, lucky 56. Gun!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the 2nd half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Mixon. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Now Joe Mixon. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. And there on the tackle, Shaq Lawson.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Blue, blue. Sit up. 180.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get that double A gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10.
Lock in, lock in.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Flushed, and he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack.
Lock in, lock in. Reds up. Lock in, lock in. Lock in, lock in.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Forced out to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. By the way, they're into the 2nd half now in Philadelphia on the NFL scoreboard. And an impressive display by the Eagles. They continue to pour it on, scoring again. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Reds up. Lock in, lock in.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
Hey, 18.
Now Trubisky. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Lock in, lock in. Lock in, lock in.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. He completes it to Bryant. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Trubisky will throw. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Lock in, lock in. Gotta go.
Trubisky to throw again. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field.
Lucky 56.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And a movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty.
Watch it now, Barney.
They're going to look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Reuben Foster in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Hey, right on cue. They set up the screen and complete it. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. They took your advice from a bit earlier, tried the screen, but that one, it was covered up pretty well.
They did a nice job on it, but I still think it was the right idea. Probably just a block or two away from making it work.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Here comes the Lions punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
Up, 180! Red, up! Lock in.
Now Trubisky on first down. Bryant with a catch right side. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Damian Ratley, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on. Santos with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The drive starts with a run by Collins. He finds an opening pass. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's Trubisky. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Lock in.
Now Trubisky to throw. It's caught by Bryant. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Lock in, lock in. Lock in, lock in.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Lock in, lock in. Red, up. Lock in, lock in.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Blue. Red, up. Red, up.
On 1st down, Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Hey, we got 3 down. Lock in.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Now it's Trubisky. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Trubisky keeps it himself. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it, 1st and goal.
Gotta go.
This time, Trubisky will throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. He'll get it up the middle, and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. His 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And this Steelers offense is running away with this one. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up third down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the fourth quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on third and long? They'll set up a throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Lions punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded at the 43. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. A good pickup there, a 22.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse, still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Oh, Trubisky going to throw. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10, and the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Now they try the right side here. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
On 3rd down, this is Collins. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So for the Steelers, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.